Wow, but look how thick this one got after 24 hours. If you're wondering how to make non-dairy yogurt with a yogurt starter like this one, in this video, I'm going to share with you how I'm using the Belle and Bella non-dairy yogurt starter with my ultimate probiotic yogurt maker. Hi everyone, I'm Veronica, a former professional chef turned homemaker, and I love sharing all kinds of small kitchen appliance tutorials and plant-based recipes on my YouTube channel as well as my Amazon storefront. So today, let's go ahead and test out this non-dairy yogurt starter. I usually make yogurt by combining a little bit of store-bought yogurt with some organic soy milk together and a little bit of cornstarch in my ultimate probiotic maker here. But for today, we're going to do something a little bit different. If you're interested in seeing how I use that other recipe, check out my playlist on YouTube as well as Amazon for how I made soy yogurt using yogurt. But this one is really interesting. I purchased this Belle and Bella non-dairy yogurt starter. It has 10 billion live active probiotic cultures, and it's formulated specifically to be able to make with non-dairy milk. I really like this one specifically because the ingredients are so simple. As you can see, there's only the only ingredients are non-GMO maltodextrin, which is just a powder. Then there's 3 yogurt bacteria strains: S. thermophilus, L. bulgaris, and L. acidophilus. I think I pronounced those right. So I've gone ahead and already heated my organic soy milk. This is 1 carton, 4 cups of soy milk. I heated it according to the package, which says 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I've let it cool down. It's about 108 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine a little bit of the milk that I had reserved. I combined that with the starter package right there. I just emptied it. It was a powder that I mixed together with some of this milk. You do that because it's a little easier to mix a clumpy powder in a small amount of milk instead of a huge amount like that. So I went ahead and did that. Now I'm just going to add it right here to the warmed milk and give it a little stir. Now I'm going to go ahead and just add it into my yogurt maker right here. This thing is so awesome. If you don't have a yogurt maker, I highly recommend getting one. I recently published a video on my YouTube channel as well as my Amazon storefront sharing the yogurt making essentials that you need to make homemade plant-based yogurt. Now you can also make yogurt in a bread maker that has a yogurt setting or an Instant Pot that has a yogurt setting. Those are small kitchen appliances that I would recommend for making yogurt. The reason you want to use an appliance basically is because you want to be able to keep this at a nice even temperature. But actually the ultimate yogurt maker lets you set the temperature right here. So we're going to go ahead and set this to 100 and let's see, what does it say on here? 112 degrees. That's a little higher than I've been doing for my other yogurt, so that's going to be interesting. Now we're going to do it, let's do it for, it says 24 hours. Let's just do it for 24 hours so that we can actually see how it progresses. And I think what I'm going to do is take out one of them at 12 hours and then let the other one go for 24 hours. Now the last thing that I'm going to do here that's a little different than with the Instant Pot. So I'm going to add some warm water. This water is about 100 degrees. This is just going to help this stay at the temperature that we need it for the entire period of time. And I like to use already warmed up water so that it can just go ahead and start the yogurt process. It doesn't have to try and heat this water up also. So you just want to pour the water all the way up to the line, or a little above. You definitely don't want it below where the yogurt sits in the containers. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on like that, and we're ready to go. You just saw me make yogurt. Basically, putting everything together only took a few minutes. It's optional really to heat the soy milk up. If you're using a carton of soy milk, it's already been pasteurized. You would normally heat up milk for like dairy milk to make sure that it's pasteurized, but since it comes in a carton like that, it already is safe. But I was asking ChatGPT if I needed to do that, heating up the milk first and then cooling it down. And it did say that it can maybe make a thicker yogurt, and maybe that's why this calls for doing that. So probably in other videos, I might test to see if there's a difference of heating the milk, because it is an extra step. You'd have to heat it to 180 degrees, and then you gotta make sure you don't overheat it. And then you need to let it cool down to 108 degrees, and that takes a little bit of time. So I really like to be able to just open the carton, mix it with the powder, put it together, and stick it in the yogurt maker, ideally. But anyways, I'm gonna document the process for this test of the Belle and Bella yogurt starter. So let's stay tuned. And how cute is this? This package says, made with love. All right, it's been 12 hours. Let's check out our yogurt made with the Belle and Bella yogurt cultures. Ooh, set up good. Let's go ahead and check the temperature of the water. All right, 112. And let's go ahead and check the temperature of our yogurt. All right, 132. Okay, so it got a little warmer than I usually make it, but we'll check it out. Let's see how it's scooped out. Oh, it definitely set up nice and thick. Look at that. And I didn't even put any starch in there or anything, so I like that. It was just the soy milk and the cultures. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let this other batch over here go for another 12 hours, like the package said, and we'll see how that turns out. But for this one, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put it into my ultimate yogurt strainer so that we can make this like a soy Greek yogurt. This thing is awesome. If you don't have a yogurt strainer, I'd highly recommend getting one because it allows you to make really nice, thick Greek yogurt. This one is nice because it actually fits in my refrigerator. It's not too tall. So I'm gonna put this into the refrigerator for the next couple of hours, and I'll show you what the Greek yogurt looks like. And we'll cover that one up. And then let's do a taste test really quickly of this yogurt to see how tangy it really is. Oh, it's really creamy. And it's actually much tangier than when I make it with the culture from the store-bought yogurt. So I like that. Oh, it's really good. So the Greek yogurt actually turned out so delicious. I ended up actually eating the rest of this Greek yogurt in one day because it was just so creamy and thick. I'm really, really happy with this. Okay, so it's been officially 24 hours. This second set here that I left in for the entire time is finished. Let's check it out. I'm gonna just unplug it and be done. I made the Greek yogurt with the other container and it was so good. I actually ate all of it today. Wow, but look how thick this one got after 24 hours. This Belle and Bella yogurt starter has not disappointed. I'm super happy with this. I'm excited to try making yogurt from another batch using this actual yogurt right here. So be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you found this tutorial useful and want to see if you can make yogurt using this exact yogurt right here for the next batch so that I don't have to keep buying the yogurt starters because that actually will get expensive. But if I can just use this, I'm really curious how many times I can reuse this over and over again. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Let's taste it. Mmm. Mmm. Wow, super tangy. Oh my gosh, it's actually really good. after 24 hours. I'm so happy I left that one in there. It honestly tastes so much better than using the yogurt from the store.